Hello Star Citizens, Buzzkiller here, and welcome to the Broken Moon Orbital Landing Platform. Now the reason why we're not in my hangar today is because we're taking a look at the Drake Interplanetary's Cutlass Black. I don't currently own this ship. I actually own a Cutlass Blue, but since that ship is not flyable in Arena Commander, this is my loaner. Now this ship is actually billed as a militia/patrol craft, but in all actuality, this is the de facto pirate ship, and the reason will become clear as we go through the rest of the stats. The ship is 29 meters in length, it has a mass of 33,000 kilograms, a crew of 3 personnel, and 150 freight units of cargo capacity. The ship comes with 2 TR-4 main thrusters, 4 TR-3 and 10 TR-1 maneuvering thrusters, a size 4 shield, a size 4 power plant, a tractor beam, and a secure docking collar. For weapons, it comes with 2 Class 1 size 3 fixed mounts under each wing, and those come stock with the sucker punch distortion cannons for disabling ships, a Class 2 size 3 gimbaled mount underneath the nose, and the stock equipment for that is the size 2 Badger repeater. It also comes with 2 Class 3 size 2 missile pods, coming stock with the Rattler missiles, which if you saw my Avenger video are the ones that actually split into 7 submunitions that individually track the target. Really cool, powerful missiles. And also a Class 5 size 1 man turret. Now unfortunately the man turret has been removed, but I'm sure it will come back once they release Arena Commander 2.0, which will allow us to fly multi-crewed ships. Now, with that kind of weaponry, a decent sized cargo capacity, a tractor beam for sucking in loot, and a docking collar, you can see why this ship is a pirate's wet dream. It has everything they need. It's also very inexpensive and easy to maintain, both of which are important when you're working on the fringe. So there you have it. That's the stats. Of course, all are subject to change. And actually, this ship is going to be going through another design pass, probably to move around the cargo hatch and rework how the tractor beam actually works. Well, taking a look around, here you see here's the front weapon mounts, that Class 3 or Class 2 gimbaled mount. I've actually replaced the sucker punch distortion cannons with 2 Omni-Sky 6 laser cannons. These are the stock weapons on the wings of the 300 series. I just borrowed those from the 300. There's those cool Rattler missiles. Again, the 7 submunitions. Very cool. Here you have some of the Class 1 maneuvering thrusters. Now the stats page actually bills it as having, or size 1 maneuvering thrusters. The stats page actually bills it as having 8, but I think they had to add 2 extra ones, and you see the 2 here, 2 on the other wing. There's 4 more on the back wing, just like that. But then they've also added these 2 here, 1 on each side. I'm assuming that's to help with the maneuvering, because right now the ship really doesn't fly that well, and the main culprit for that, I believe, is the TR-3 maneuvering thrusters. Now here you have your main TR-3 maneuvering thrusters, 1 on each side. These are omnidirectional, really cool to watch when flight. But I think the problem actually comes from these 2 back here. Now here you have your main thrusters, and they're unique in the fact that they actually gimbal around this axis here, making them basically 2 huge maneuvering thrusters. Unfortunately, the TR-3 maneuvering thrusters that are mounted below the main thrusters here are not actually implemented in the flight model. And the devs in the forums have said that that's because they hadn't been able to work out the code on making these work and get it released in time for Arena Commander 1.0. So hopefully here in the near future they'll get these fixed, and maybe the ship will actually perform a little bit better than what it does now. Because right now, I don't know if it's because of these maneuvering thrusters or if it's just because of how massive this ship is. This is the largest ship currently available in Arena Commander, but it drifts a lot. You start going in one direction and you keep on going. It takes a while to stop. And even maneuvering, even pitching and yawing and rolling, has a little bit of a drift associated with it. Even though it's a basic ship, it's still pretty cool to look at. A lot of neat little details in this ship. The engines. It's kind of dark out here in the void of space, but those engines actually have a lot of detail going on. It's really interesting to see how much work they put into even things that you can't really see this very well. But that's what I like about Star Citizen. Now on the back here we have our main hatch, and up top it looks like those are now the countermeasure launchers. One of the unique things about this ship is that instead of just going up to this cargo door to open it and pressing use, as in most ships, they actually have a button. And it actually took me a while to find it. I actually had to look on YouTube and find videos on how to looking around the ship to actually figure out how to work it. But there's this button on the main landing gear in the back, and that opens up the main cargo bay. Now as we walk in, you see the ship doesn't really have much back here. This is the cargo bay. This is where all your ill-gotten goods are stored. You have 2 beds. These actually work. And in this box here this is what houses the tractor beam. It actually folds out and sticks out the back of the ship to tractor in cargo. Here's your docking collar. And this actually does work by pressing this button here. And that's for, of course, boarding any ships you've disabled and transferring cargo without having to use the tractor beam. Let's close that up. You also have 2 little jump seats back here. And this is the seat for the turret. Now, normally this sits up there. It stays up there, but I was climbing around the ship earlier and I actually managed to use it from the top, and it lowered the turret chair back down. It used to work using one of these buttons here, but now the only button over here that works is the one that actually opens this door. Oh, let me try to... I missed it. Let's go ahead and sit in the turret chair. And there you go. Take a look around. I can't actually move your head, but using the magic of Track IR, I'm able to look around a little bit. And of course, go outside. Can't really... Well, yeah, okay, you can move around. My pistol's off to the side there. But as I said, the turret is actually missing, unfortunately, and hopefully they'll have it back for 2.0. Let's go back down. Okay. Well, I've actually pulled out my pistol. Didn't really want to do that. Now, as you come into the main cabin area, This button here will close the door behind you, sealing that off. So if you do have to recover some cargo and vacuum, I guess that gives you an airtight seal. Once you come up these stairs, and then this button actually opens the primary entryway to the ship, which is via this door here. When you open that door, it actually extends a ladder down the wing here, and you can climb down that ladder. And the button to extend and retract that ladder is here again on the landing gear, and that retracts the ladder and closes the door again. Let's go ahead and go back up. Those maneuvering thrusters. These are probably the coolest part of the ship. I mean, look how detailed that is. You've got all these wires and cables hanging out. You can actually see how it could work. Maybe those are fuel lines and power lines for the secondary gimbals. Insanely detailed and really cool to watch in flight. Let's go ahead and climb up. And here we are on the wingtip. Just taking a look around. Again, it's kind of dark here, but still a really cool ship. Nice background. Jump back inside. Now, the ship comes with 2 of the crew positions for the ship are here in the cockpit, and the 3rd, of course, is the turret in the back. Now, just like the Super Hornet, I assume that this co-pilot seat will be used to adjust power management. And while he doesn't actually have any power, we're blacking out. Let me get out of the seat before we black out. But what I'm assuming is that this person will have control over power management, shield management, and if you have any electronic countermeasures or any type of hacking ability, this guy would be the one doing that. And then of course you'd have your gunner and your main pilot. Let's go ahead and ready the ship for takeoff. Let's see if I can get the... Oh, there we go. Into the pilot seat we go. Now I'm going to have to take off very fast here. And welcome back. As you saw when I tried to get in the pilot seat, I instantly blacked out. And unfortunately there was no way to respawn or kill myself, so I had to restart Arena Commander. But here we are in the pilot seat of the Drake Cutlass Black. I wanted to fly around a little bit and show you what I meant about how this ship suffers in the maneuverability department. Now in the center there you have your main crosshairs. That's where your fixed weapons focus. And around that you have your direction of travel indicator. And as I make changes, you notice that the directional indicator lags behind. And it takes a long time for that indicator to actually catch up and for your ship to actually start traveling in the direction that you're oriented. Now again, I don't know if that's because the ship's not fully implemented, ship's thrusters are not fully implemented, or if it's just because this ship is that massive. But you'd think with the size of thrusters and maneuvering thrusters this thing has, that it would do a little bit better than what it does. Also notice maximum speed, 160 meters per second. Now I understand why it's currently capped there. It's a little bit faster than the Aurora, but if it went much faster than that, you really would not be able to control this ship as it's currently set up. Now maybe in the future, again, once they get all that stuff working, maybe they'll bump up the top speed a little bit. Also notice how long it takes to accelerate and decelerate. Gone down to 0 throttle. Point in the direction where we can see the HUD. And I'm going to go max throttle now. About 5 seconds to go from 0 to 160 meters per second. So not the greatest acceleration in the world either. Now, like the Super Hornet, you're going to want to use your afterburners quite a bit to help you change directions and actually get going in the direction you want to go. Now what's cool about this ship is actually watching all those maneuvering thrusters work. Now let's go to an external view. Let's get the ship to come to a stop here. And there we have our two massive main thrusters. Switch one more time. And there's your secondary maneuvering thrusters, two of the TR3s. Main engines, and of course the TR3s on the back that don't work. And on those stocks you have your TR1s. Well, it looks like actually there's 12 TR1 maneuvering thrusters. There's one on the back there by the cargo door. But let me start doing some maneuvers here and show you how they move around. I'm going to roll. You see how the main thrusters actually pivot and act as maneuvering thrusters. You also see the TR3s moving around, strafing and strafe left there, right, forward, main thrusters, braking, maneuvering thrusters. And you even see the little TR1s moving around as well. Oh, shoot. Having that zoom issue again. Just really cool watching how it works. Really looking forward to see what happens once they get those other two TR3 maneuvering thrusters to work. Maybe they'll help its maneuverability a little bit. Bit of afterburner to help us stop there. Very cool. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, this has been the Cutlass Black by Drake Interplanetary, the de facto pirate ship of the fleet. And I'll make another video here, and we'll take it out into some Vandal Swarm. So I'll see you in the verse.